Imagine someone that sees life as a chess game, and they see everyone else as a pawn in their game. They never reveal their true intentions, and somehow, things always work out in their favor. They don't explode emotionally. They don't beg for approval. They don't play fair. This mindset has a name. It's called Machiavellianism, and once you understand it, you'll never look at power, relationships, or manipulation the same way again. Machiavellianism comes from Niccolo Machiavelli, a political philosopher, best known for his book, The Prince. But modern Machiavellianism isn't about politics alone. It's a psychological strategy. At its core, Machiavellianism believes three things. First, the end justifies the means. Second, people are tools, not teammates. And third, emotion is a weakness if it clouds strategy. In psychology, Machiavellianism is part of what's called the dark triad, alongside narcissism and psychopathy. But unlike impulsive or reckless traits, Machiavellianism is calculated. It's slow, patient, and deliberate. A Machiavellian person doesn't lash out. They wait. Machiavellianism thrives wherever power dynamics exist. Politics, corporate leadership, negotiations, competition. These individuals know how to appear trustworthy while withholding the truth, build alliances only when useful, control narratives instead of reacting emotionally, sacrifice short-term approval for long-term advantage. They understand something most people don't. Being liked is optional. Being useful or feared is not. And the most dangerous Machiavellian trait? They often look moral on the surface, while operating strategically underneath. Machiavellianism isn't just for leaders or politicians. You see it in everyday life when someone uses charm as leverage, withholds affection to gain control, manipulates emotions through guilt or silence, keeps people close, but never too close. They rarely form deep emotional bonds, not because they can't, but because vulnerability feels unsafe. To them, trust isn't a virtue, it's a risk calculation. So why do people adopt this mindset? It often starts with early experiences. Many Machiavellian individuals grew up in environments where trust was broken, power was uneven, emotions were exploited, vulnerability led to punishment. Over time, they learn one lesson: feel less, think more. Machiavellianism becomes a defense mechanism, a way to regain control, a way to never be caught off guard again. Psychologically, these individuals often have high cognitive empathy. They understand people. Low emotional empathy. They don't feel with people. They can read you perfectly without emotionally investing in you. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people avoid. Machiavellianism works. Not because it's moral, not because it's healthy, but because the world often rewards strategy more than sincerity. Machiavellian individuals excel in environments where competition is high, rules are flexible, outcomes matter more than intentions. While others react emotionally, Machiavellians pause. While others overshare, they withhold. While others seek approval, they seek leverage. They understand something critical. Emotion clouds judgment. Attachment creates blind spots, and predictability is power. Psychologically, Machiavellianism gives the brain a sense of control and certainty. When you stop trusting people, you stop being surprised by them. And that reduction in uncertainty feels safe. In the short term, this mindset produces faster decision-making, greater emotional composure, higher tolerance for conflict, strategic patience most people don't have. This is why Machiavellian traits are often mistaken for intelligence, confidence, or leadership. But there's a hidden cost most people don't see at first. To maintain control, a Machiavellian individual must constantly scan for threats. They assume loyalty is temporary, kindness has an agenda, trust is earned but never secure. This creates a permanent state of psychological vigilance. They may win socially or professionally, but internally, they're always on guard. Power is achieved, but peace is sacrificed. Here's where most people misunderstand strength. Machiavellianism looks like power because it avoids weakness. But avoiding vulnerability is not the same as mastering it. True strength isn't emotional numbness. It's emotional regulation. Even Machiavelli himself warned that excessive manipulation backfires. A ruler who is only feared eventually becomes isolated. And isolation is the fastest path to collapse. Pure Machiavellianism fails because manipulation erodes trust over time. Control requires constant energy, and people eventually notice patterns. The strongest individuals don't manipulate everyone. They choose when to be strategic and when to be sincere. They understand that. Fear creates compliance, but trust creates loyalty, and loyalty multiplies power. Psychologically, this balance requires something harder than manipulation: emotional courage. The courage to be calculated without being cruel, be aware without becoming cynical, be strategic without losing humanity. True strength is being able to connect without losing control. Machiavellianism protects you from being hurt, but it also limits how deeply you can win. Because the highest form of power isn't dominance, it's influence that doesn't need force, respect that doesn't need fear, and confidence that doesn't need masks. If you like this content and want to see more, hit that like button and subscribe so more people can see this. Also, comment down below. Do you know anyone that practices Machiavellianism?